Welcome to your December 2021 energy update. Some of the themes are the overall theme for December is REINA, that is Spanish for queen. The nurturer, the cultivator, the liberator. December's affirmation is, I am the divine child of the universe and its light shines through me as me. I radiate and vibrate with the very essence of light. This is my moment to shine. Calling all light workers, sensitives, and empaths. We have a weekly, actually it's twice a week, Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Pacific and Saturdays at 10 a.m. Pacific. This is a safe space. Look forward to seeing you soon. Tune in every Wednesday for the Power of Healing Your Energy show. It is live and also found on your favorite podcasts. Unleash Your Magic mentorship starts January 2022. I'm Christine Gold, spiritual medium, intuitive energy coach, old soul healer, and soul purpose mentor. Please share, like, subscribe, and comment. And as well, book a one-on-one Reiki reveal session, healing, or mentorship. Healing begins where the ego ends. Hello, hola, and welcome. This is December's energy update. I'm Christine, and every month I, take a kind of a global temperature of what's going on. Since, we are global, this is a global community. And today, and maybe for, forever, I'm coming to you from Lima, Peru. Now you're probably thinking, what? This is something that I was working on in the background for quite a while. I kind of kept it under wraps. And just with everything that was going on, I wasn't sure, you put it out there. I know we work with intentions and dream visioning and all that and law of attraction. And, I had an intention that I wanted to find a community. I even wrote to someone today saying that the North American model, our Western model, it just did not resonate with me anymore. And I remember seeing a beautiful documentary about Lima, Peru, and Machu Picchu specifically. And, I'm always drawn to the energy of a place. And here I am. In the weeks and months to come, I'll talk more about the community. You can reach out to me anywhere on social media, through the Zoom groups that we have, through meetup.com. And and I'm also, what is this, day 6 of vegan. I am a vegan. Yes, I am. All right. So anyways, the overall theme is REINA. Now, it's interesting. I was out to the market a couple times. I mean, the produce, the food, the vegetables is amazing, is unreal. It's nothing like I've ever seen. I was never a fan of papaya, and they actually have a papaya tree in the courtyard here. And we cultivated fresh papayas. I mean, it's just, everything is just different. Everything is just wonderful. I'm enjoying it. My vibration has changed completely. So the overall theme for December is Reina, Queen. And a couple of women were saying, Gracias, Reina. And I'm like, what is that? And Ken, he was like, that's Queen. And I'm like, oh, I love that. And from our rooftop, there is a beautiful church, and it has the Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, on top. And there's another story. I mean, you see her everywhere. So I'm like, okay, we're really going, I'm being shown, that's how universe works. You see things, you hear things in conversations, people say things, it It to me, it adds up. So, queen, king, whatever it is, god, goddess, we're really asking you to bring in the divine feminine. And we know that toxic masculinity can no longer hold, and love, that's why we're here. It's all about love. And whatever you resonate with, you've got to bring that through now more than ever. More than ever. So let me know below, just a comment if this is resonating with you. How are you feeling about December? How are you feeling about 2022? Because I I have a beautiful event coming up. It is coming up on the 21st. So I'm just going to take these banners down so you can see it. It's a free solstice broadcast, December 21st, 2021, 1 p.m. Pacific, 4. It should be 4 Eastern, not 4:30. I don't know where the 4:30 came in, but we're definitely going to have to fix that. So just go to, online if you're not sure about your time zone, and just punch it in. You can head to my page as well. And I look forward to seeing you there, most definitely. So it's just really talking about the energy of 2022 more than anything. And really, that's why we're here. It's energy. We are all beings, and not, we're human beings. We're having a spiritual experience. Here we are. Wherever you are in the world, let me know as well. I'm always curious. And thank you so much for supporting me, supporting my page. Subscribe to me on YouTube, or even if you're listening on podcast. And there are some different options with the subscriptions with podcast as well. Some are paid and some are not. And let me know, what you're looking for in terms of help, assistance, guidance for 2022 that I haven't talked about. And, if you're not sure, go on YouTube. There's tons of free content there as well. All right. So, yeah, the Reina. And the first theme is nurturer. So, really to love with no conditions. It seems like everything is conditional, or under this condition or that condition. And really, we're asking, for compassion, empathy, bridging, loving, caring, tending to those seeds. We just had our new moon in Sagittarius, which is all about, the bow and arrow. It's very fiery, seeing the big picture, taking aim on your targets, and composting old truths, old beliefs, and the past. And that includes people, places, things that no longer resonate with who we are, right? So, and it is about planting the seeds. And we just ended our eclipse season as well. So that was a total solar eclipse. And then I believe the full moon is in Gemini coming up. And I do new and full moon events. Again, head to my website or my Facebook pages, meetup.com. It has all the details there. So we're really watching them sprout and grow, and we're nurturing it with love. And we're not like, oh, well, you need to grow in a certain amount of time. That doesn't hold true anymore. Um, it's really knowing that you plant it, you leave it alone, you do tend to it. So we'll get to the next theme, which is about cultivator, being, cultivating, to observe, no judgment, no attachment, no, oh gosh, it's not growing, so then I'm going to start worrying and fretting and freaking out. It's really holding that Buddha 0 point space and time, like you're floating, to be observed but not intimidated. And I really, I heard, who was it? I think it was Carolyn Miss. She talked about spells, which is very interesting. You'll have to go and watch that. But she talked about people watching. I've always been a people watcher, observer. And she says people who watch are doing readings on you, are mediums, are psychics, are very intuitive. We can read you as you walk by. And I'm like, darn, that, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So, us readers, psychics, healers, light workers, empaths, we're cultivating to new levels. Don't get attached to, well, I'm on level 500 out of that pyramid, or, I was talking about that the other day. I'm like, okay, that is a great marker, but don't get attached to it, because then you'll beat yourself up if you're not at this level and someone else is. And it makes things very competitive. And we don't need that. We need collaboration and cooperation and cultivation and community. That's why we're here, Age of Aquarius. We've left that Piscean energy. And then I think about Christmas, birth of Christ, the 1212 portals coming up, the solstice is coming up. But what's funny here, when I was in North America, we were going into winter. And this is Peru's winter, but it's going into summer. I know. The ego is, we're just trying to, make sense of all of this. And it's like, does it really matter? How about we just enjoy the experience? Who cares? Right? Right. All right. Let me know if any of this is resonating. I've got some beautiful birds, doves, just in the courtyard here. You might hear them every now and then. You might hear a little doggy barking. Um, and the last theme is liberator. Um, Liberate. James Durbin has a great song called Liberate. Check it out. It's a pretty powerful song. Anyways, and you're like, who? James Durbin, American Idol. Um, Amazing voice, amazing person. Love his voice, a rock singer, had Tourette's, and it's just amazing. We talked about Cody Lee too, and how anybody with maybe a speech impediment or some type of disability, which absolutely is not, you are so able, when they sing or whatever they're doing, they just totally transform. And I think of Tony Bennett too, with his Alzheimer's. When they start playing the piano, it's like he's right. He remembers every note, every sound, every word. It's like intrinsically imprinted. But everything else is not. You know what I'm saying? So the things you really love, you remember no matter what. No matter what, it's there. So the liberator, to be around with truth, you know, um, sovereignty, knowledge. And speaking of knowledge, gosh, you wouldn't believe how many pictures I have on my phone. You're probably like me, with the quotes and, all the cuteness and the quotes and the inspiration, because that's what life is about, is, staying inspired. And I think I heard, was it on Braca Goldstein's podcast about December astrology? She talked about C.S. Lewis, and C.S. Lewis is author and Canadian. And his quote was, smile, get it over with and smile, and then get on with your day. And I'm like, that's hilarious. Okay. Maybe you don't like to smile, but if you just smile, and then you're like, okay, I did it. And now I'm going to get on with my day. And maybe you're cultivating, nurturing a new habit, liberating yourself from always being, maybe tend to lean on more of the negative side, the darker side, which is our shadow. I get it, but just try it. It's absolutely uplifting. Even with the mask on, the eyes, you can still tell if somebody's smiling. You can still tell if someone's angry. You can tell if someone's sad. It's really being aware of the energy and the body language. Um, but the greatest enemy of knowledge is not ignorance. It is the illusion of knowledge. And that's a quote from Daniel, looks like Borston. Yeah, Daniel J. Borston. So I found that quite inspiring, definitely. Um, and then really protecting, you're coming into, I've been seeing a lot of codependency, narcissistic, because the holidays seem to trigger something, whether, you've lost someone, grief and loss. This will be the first Christmas without my mom. And I'm sure, it might have been 50 years or 20, it still hurts, okay, no matter the time. So maybe you want to share with me as well, and we can create some type of support for all of us who are going through this, right? But I also saw a quote from somebody talking about how, you may have said goodbye to someone, but there's still grief attached to that, and it's going to take time. Or maybe you have family guilting you into spending time with them for Christmas, and you absolutely can't. Either it's not physically possible or you just don't want to, because when you go, it's not a good time for you. So really respect and honor your energy. Very important. Yeah, like he said, unpopular fact. There is still grief with letting a toxic person go. Letting go, creating boundaries, saying no. No need to explain. And I think I heard Oprah say this too. She talks about you can love someone and still choose to say goodbye to them. You can miss a person every day and still be glad that they're no longer in your lives. We have to get over that guilt and that shame and that, oh, but I have to because they're family. That's not true. That's not true. So we're undoing everything that has been done to us knowingly or unknowingly or passed on through generations. Just like my vegan journey where everything was about meat, and I wrote about this. I'm a hypocrite. I'll call myself out, and I'm not guilting anybody into this, but this was my choice. And I also had seen some issues come up health-wise, so I'm like, "You know what? I've never tried this, and I have a lot of support in this intentional house that I'm staying at." Um, it's amazing. Um, I feel like I have a new lease on life. So I'd really like you to, explore all of those aspects of yourself. All right. Whew, so, gonna get to the cards. Sold my car. I sold everything, and I'll tell you what, the car was the hardest thing. And I arrived here November 20 27, 2021. I have to think about that. So it has just been and not even, because I arrived at 1 in the morning. So that actually would have been November 28th, 2021. And we're very close to the equator. It does not rain here. Um, Lots of birds, lots of fruit, lots of music. It's different, but it's fun. It's interesting. And all right, so we're going to get to the cards. We're going to get to the cards. So please, like I said, please share, like, subscribe, comment. And if you're on the replay, say hello. And if you're on the podcast, send messages. I love to hear what you think, what's going on in your life. And I really hope that I can inspire, um, you know, I guess your new life, whatever it happens to be, okay? And if you're really unsure, I'd love to work with you one on one, whether it's through a mentorship or it's a power of eight. And eights it's infinite, it's infinity, it's cyclical, it's cycling in, it's magic. Alchemist, I think of that as well. So there were how many cards? Oh my goodness. Okay, there's 4 cards, I believe, that popped out. They were already pre-pulled. Let me bring this banner down. Unmarked trail. So I asked, what is the overall theme? And it's interesting, this is all green. It's a path. It reminds me of Machu Picchu. That is still somewhere I'm going. It's all about revelation. Card number 57. Just going to show it to you quickly. And I'll hold it up. It's really about an unprecedented experience that is happening for December. Discovery, revelation. You are called now to embark on a sacred journey. The Arthurian knights, in their quest of the Holy Grail. I mean, I was just talking about God and Christ. To make sure to take an unmarked trail that no one has ever followed, you must enter the darkest forest of your soul via a route as yet unidentified to bring you what you seek. The manicured path, for me, yes, I get this, will bring you only temporary pleasure and later great pain. So stop it. You already know there's no reward at the end of the road. You are only killing time and killing yourself. I threw that in. Pause, breathe, and commit to your heart to the sacred endeavor. Vow not to look at old solutions. Get out of character. Try the outrageous. Keep your quest private. Yeah. Now is not the time to speak of the voice that called you to embark on the unmarked trail. The time will come. So yeah, it reminds me of Wayne Dyer. Keep, your dreams, your visions, everything to yourself. Very close. Because there will be people that don't want you to change, don't want you to grow, and will thwart your plans. So this unmarked trail is also a sign you've already made a choice. Yes, I have. Yes, you have. Even if you don't want to acknowledge it, be at peace with what your heart knows to be true. Your heart has already made up your mind because the heart knows. Pack lightly. I did. I did. I got rid of everything, whatever fit in my suitcase. The universe has your back. Okay, so that is the overall energy for card wise. And there were a lot of twos in the cards. This one I have pulled before. Beloved, radical acceptance. Radical acceptance. Look at that heart on fire. I think of the Sagittarius energy, Sagittarius season. You are, looking for the object of affection, which is yourself, loving what is. So, this might be a person, a business venture, a project, an adventure calling for your full attention. This is what is crossing that path is radical acceptance, your passport to bliss. Be careful not to be seduced by false promises. Sync and be in sync with your heart. Trust. Many faces. Do not hold back. Surrender is the key. Radical acceptance. Divine blaze. Welcome it into your heart. Just breathe it in. Focusing on the breath. All right. So, and how are we getting to this path, unmarked trail? Maybe we're there, maybe we're not. Radically accepting our heart home, card number 327, heart home. It's a home with hearts and butterflies and moths, lots of hearts. With compassion, with compassion. So, how can we practice compassion for ourselves and for others? Love in its truest form. And maybe you don't feel like you belong anywhere. It's time to call back to your true home. This is where your soul resides, in the heart. So there's no need to forgive anyone for anything. None of it has occurred in spiritual truth. It is only your belief in the story that makes it powerful. So where are your attachments? Remember, false beliefs, false truths, false stories. Wash clean, empty yourself about judgment and preconceptions. Allow spirit to fill you with sweet nectar and peace. Sweet nectar and peace, compassion, love. Wrap yourself in that purest form. Anytime you find judgment, find out where it's coming from and replace it with something else. And what is the end result of all of this work for December, including all of the themes? Card number 25, never pulled this one before. Garden of Venus 25. And Venus, we're the brightest Venus was, I think, was yesterday, the 3rd of December. Look at this garden with the butterflies, the purple. I think, purple royalty, spirituality, um, the place of all is well. So, doing all of this is self acceptance. You are summoned to return to the pleasure garden of love. I think of Eden. Put your sword away. You don't need to defend nothing. Bask in your joy of the wish fulfilling trees and the scent of the healing flowers. Your home, gods and goddesses. So you are weary too, but it's time to rest deeply, be renewed, go into the sacred garden. Allow this garden to intoxicate you. Leave your thoughts behind. Lose your analytical mind. Return to the body. Mm-mm. We have been too right brained for too long. Ah, so what is reflecting back to you? Look at what you've become. Rinse your face with healing waters. Deep acceptance. The goddess, Venus, holds a mirror that allows you to see yourself in all your flawed beauty. Do not be caught in a spell. After that, take the mirror with you and return to the battlefield so you may reveal to others who they are becoming. Then you will no longer have a use for your sword. So, really, this is saying no need to fight yourself, no need to fight others. No more, no mas, no mas. Back to the heart, back to love, back to everything. So, wrapping up, you were starting out on the unmarked trail of revelation through beloved radical acceptance in the heart home and compassion, and the garden of Venus, rest and renewal, my loves. Enjoy, because winter is about hibernation and, taking things in, letting it cultivate, letting it marinate, letting everything come in. And oh, I didn't even see this. In this garden of Venus, see the heart in the middle? So every single card or that I pulled has a heart in it, except for the path. But you can take the heart. The heart is the path, right? All right. Amazing. Thank you so much for being here. Um, yeah, like I said, I have new moon and full moon events via Facebook Meetup and Eventbrite as well. The Unleash Your Magic Intuitive One-on-One Mentorship starts January 2022. And looking for, the power of 8. If you're looking to cultivate a business, an idea, maybe you want to become a guide like myself, a healer, whatever it is, that's where you start. Um, yeah, so I'm just wanted to show you the graphic. I'm sure you guys have seen this before, but head on over to my website as well. I just wanted to show you a picture of a Lima, Peru. Now that's not my picture, but that's what I found online. And there's lots of paragliders, as you can see. The ocean is there. There's surfers. It's pretty beautiful. Yeah. So, and of course, we've got that visioning coming up, and I wanted to show you this papaya tree as well. Look at that. I didn't go up on the ladder, but I watched, and it was amazing. And papayas and pineapples actually have enzymes, digestive enzymes, which are really good for digestion. As you get older, you will find it difficult to digest things. So it's good to incorporate that into your diet. Just a little tip. All right. And as well, my book is out, Intuition Saved My Life. If you're not sure what to get for someone or for even yourself, this would be a perfect gift for Christmas, for a birthday, just to say, I see you and I'm honoring you. And, or even buy the book and pass it along, or you can get it on Kindle as well. And audiobook is coming shortly. I'm working on that. All right. Thank you so much for being here. I'm sending you lots of love. And please remember, healing begins where the ego ends. Take care.